Traders, you're going to be absolutely shocked at the stocks I have picked for you for next week. You're also going to be shocked at how well we did at picking stocks in June. And lastly, you're going to be shocked at where we think the indexes are going in the next few months. Let's jump into today's session. It's just a technical analysis with no fluff. Let's see what it has to offer. So let's go ahead and look at your stock for today, CMG. They don't have any of these over in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
No. So Chipotle Grill, what's up with that?
No, it's pretty strong in fundamentals with comp 99, accumulation distribution B minus, up down volume 1.7. It's kind of flat base, and I get a signal on my system, so I said go for it.
Okay. So you're buying right now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, nice little breakout over here on the weekly chart, turning back up. So it looks like it this may, if you want to get some kind of an idea of how far Chipotle Grill could run, is take from this low here back in February of this year to that high and extend it from that low. And that'll give you an idea, and you can use your Fibonacci extensions for that, an idea of where this is likely to go. And as you can see, that's probably pretty darn high. We're probably looking at probably over, close to $4,000 on this. Let's do that real quick. Got a couple of minutes. Let's just throw in a Fibonacci here, Neil, to get an idea. So from that low to that high, back to that low. Is that 100%? That's 50%. 100% takes us up to $2,683, so almost $3,000. Nice projection up to the upside, so, and something to be very patient with. My stock for the week, Neil, is On and On. So I like On and On. It basically is back in gear, showing us that it is putting in higher lows, higher high, and it's moving on up. I'm looking for it that, it needs to take out that level right there. But on this extension, it's looking probably about 36.52. I would look for a pullback. I'm a pullback trader, as you guys know that. I'd be looking for a pullback back into the 820 or maybe this uptrend line here to move forward with. And so that's where I'd be looking for a potential bounce. It could also bounce off of this level right there, because that is a breakout area. So something I'll pull back into about the a $31 level. So what do you think about ON? It's got
it looks solid on my system. It's
okay.
Market Smith, it looks excellent. Passes a couple of my toughest screen.
Okay.
It looks good.
And so, yeah, it's got a comp of an 97, accumulation distribution B plus, up-down ratio of 1. And so, yeah, it looks really, really good. And so now, drum roll, please. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that we've been looking at. So back at the first of the month, one of the stocks that Anil suggested, Datadog. And I'll give you an idea of where we did it. It was suggested back in this area right here, about the 26th of May. And that was viable at that time. But if you had just watched it, it has also had a couple of really nice runs. And on this most recent run in the month, there's 10% right there. Absolutely awesome. Good pick, Anil. After that was Salesforce. Anil had this one on the 9th, which was right here. What did it do? It pulled back into a level of past support and then did a rebound, 6% there. Or if you stayed on it there, you're up about 4%. Excellent choice. Did you realize that these were doing this, Anil? I don't know how much you're keeping track of them.
Keep a spreadsheet on that so I can.
Okay. Text was suggested on the 16th. Go across here. There's the 16th right there. What did text do? It pulled back into in between the 8 and 20 day moving average 4 days after Anil suggested it, and it is up 9% from there. And then the next one is ATKR. ATKR was suggested last week on the 23rd, which is right there. And Anil said it's buyable right now. And so let's say you picked it up on Monday at the open. It has run about 9.7%. Folks, those are solid returns. And that's 4 out of 4 that turned out to be really great winners. Anil, super job.
Thank you.
So now, ELF was my pick back on the 25th, approximately, right here. And what happened with ELF is that it gapped up. I was looking for a pullback down to this level here. It didn't. However, about 10 days later, it pulled back to the 20-day moving average. And from that entry, it's up about 15%. Excellent for the patient. And so next, Mara. Now, this was the pure swing trade that I talked about. And this was on the 9th. And the 9th, where are you? Is right there. No, right there. No, right there. And the 9th, we pulled, the next day it pulls back down to the 50-day moving average. I was looking for something a little bit lower, but then it holds the 50-day moving average. And so from this move here up to there, 56%, not too bad for Mara. And you'll remember the fundamentals on Mara were not that great. This is the 1.5 time leverage ETF on Tesla that was suggested on the 16th. Let's go back to the 16th, which is right there. And what has it done? It rallied up, but then fell back down to the 20-day moving average. You see a theme going on there? And from that 20-day moving average, it's up 14.78%. And then last week, we had FTNT, go back to last week. And again, nice hammer. Could have been bought on Monday. Nice little move up, about 7.3%. So again, Anil, 4 great stocks.
Super job.
And so, yeah. And so that's one of the things I just want to encourage you. You know, if you can't come live to watch, check it out over on the YouTube channel. That's Market Tech Talk, because, you know, these are, Anil and I have been picking stocks together for, gosh, it's been a couple, 2 or 3 years now. And I tracked these results just to say, okay, what could have happened? And again, 8 winners that somebody could have been trading into. So how have we done so far this year? Here's what we did over the last 11 years. And so how are we sitting? We snuck up above the 20% mark. And so we're above where we need to be for the year so far at the end of June. Last week we were at 19%. Right now we're sneaking in about 22%. Still, the NASDAQ is just steamrolling, just moving up so steadily. So what do we have going on the spiders? Spiders have basically broken back up into past resistance. I can go over here, draw a line across this resistance here. Whoops, get rid of that. Equates to, I'm going to go grab this high over here, bring it down to about there. There's a level of resistance right there that once it breaks out of that move there, that's where it could run into resistance again. With that in mind, what we're looking at just really quickly is we've got negative divergence, even as we're pushing up, making new highs on the, or close to a new high on the spiders. So I will then take a look at the strongest operating stock so far, our ETF. The Qs, similar type story now. You know, as you remember, the NASDAQ just blasted off and blew up through its higher levels there, but it has today has just moved right back up into past resistance. Take a real quick look over at the NASDAQ itself, just to make sure. Yeah, as you see, yes, it has taken out the high over here from over here, but it's still got a ways before it gets back up into this level over here. That was the highs from 2021. What are we looking at happening with the NASDAQ on the Qs? Gap up, but not clearing the resistance level right here. Now, if it busts out of this resistance level, all bets are off, and we could go on up and hit the 392 to 400 plus dollar move. However, it hasn't done that yet. We've got negative divergence going on. The Russell's getting a nice move up today, actually showing us a breakout above the downtrend line. However, it is putting in what is called a hanging man, which is a bearish reversal signal on the daily chart, also showing negative divergence. TSI, and look over here on the weekly chart, pressed up into that shooting star, and evening star formation is still valid until we take out that high from right there. That will still remain valid. But look what's overhead. Strong level of resistance where price action, even if we push up into it, that's where we could stall out. So Anil, that's what I'm looking at with right now. It's too late to get in. We didn't really get a great, reversal signal on any of the indexes. And so I'm just standing by. My next move is to kind of look, okay, what happens if it makes it up to here? Or does it fail and drop back down? That's another thing that could happen because we get these kind of moves here, pushed up to a new high, came back, retreated, trying to reclaim this past high. It's close, but it may stall out right there or may push up a little higher. But pay attention to what's going on here with the momentum. And if it's negatively divergent, wait for the reversal signal, and that may give us an opportunity to go get into a downside trade on IWM and or the Qs. So that's what we've got today, Anil. Any comments on the?
No, I think the analysis is right on. And what reminds me, this morning I was listening to IBD Live and a guy named Mike Webster.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be with Marcus Smith for a long time. He was a guest. And one key thing he said, it's what this game is all about is trying to figure out what's normal versus what's abnormal.
Yeah, Mike's pretty abnormal. I know him.
Okay, great. But if we can figure that out, pinpoint the abnormals, then we go a long way.
Excellent. So, okay. Well, that kind of closes us out for today, guys. We've covered a lot. I did want to make sure that I showed you. What are your thoughts on how well our picks did, Anil?
I think we did well, and we need to continue that.
Okay. Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I enjoyed getting that out to folks. And so, okay, just a reminder that all the materials we do present are for training purposes. Traders should always favor trade any new method prior to the risk of their own personal capital. So we're going to close it out for today and just say, hey, 2020, be taking a look over the weekend, folks. Remember, the 4th of July is a holiday. Monday will be a trade day, but it'll probably be very light. So start use this weekend to start planning out what is the one or two things you need to work on to become a better trader going into the end of the year. Don't take, again, remember, size matters. Don't take like 10 issues and say, I'm going to solve all these, because guess what? If you have that many things to work at, you're not going to solve them. You got to crunch it down to one thing at a time, or max two things at a time, but focus on what's going to help you to be profitable the fastest. Focus there first. And even if you have to focus on that for all the rest of 2023, and you come out and you're more profitable at the end of the year, that's been a successful year for you. Aloha, trade well, everybody. Prosper. Mahalo, and God bless. We will see you next Friday. Thanks, Anil.
Thank you.